Hi everyone, it's Lisa. Welcome to Make It Monday. Today is week 21 in my series on dynamic duos, where I'm teaching you two different projects using the same product. Today it's a very unusual folded card. It's actually in a shape versus a square. Let's get started and I'll show you how I made this. I used a piece of white cardstock. This measures 6 inches by 12 inches and I folded it in half. You're going to need to use the Floral Frames Framelits. And I've actually used two sizes. I've used the largest one to cut the frame of the card and the second one in order to do some embellishing. Now when you use your framelits, you want the ridge to be down so that it will cut. And in order for this card to remain together, it's important that you don't cut all of the crease. So when I go to put this on my magnetic platform, then through the Big Shot, I'm going to make sure that I leave an area here that's left open. You're going to see I'm going to pull this piece away, which has left me with this negative. Now you're going to see how the crease is still intact, so that when I open the card, it's connected. Now let's talk about the embellishing. See this area here? It's important that you stamp first. I wanted this card to be tone on tone with a very subtle image, but I wanted it to have enough pigmentation that Versamark wouldn't create. So I used the same color ink as cardstock. This is Crushed Curry. This is a very large stamp, so I'm going to encourage you always to ink it face up on the table to make sure that you've not missed a spot. And then I'm going to stamp it in the center of a piece of cardstock. Lots of firm, even pressure. I always recommend one hand stays on the stamp at all time while the other one presses. Larger stamps are going to need a little bit more love. That gives you this. Here's where that other framelit comes in. These were made specifically for the Daydream Medallions stamp set. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this back over to the Big Shot on my magnetic platform and I'm going to cut this layer out. The next thing I did was add some color to the outside edges of this card. I used the Smoky Slate ink pad for this, another image from that same stamp set, but let me show you how I did this. Obviously this is not going to fit and create the same image, so I inked up the edges and I had to get down so I can see it, and I stamped those edges inside the petals, and I did this all the way around, which left me with this. Now you're going to remember this piece here. I just went ahead and layered it using some dimensionals. But I want to show you some of the detail work that I've done. Can you see these small holes that are here? Stampin' Up! Has reintroduced the 1/16 inch handheld punch. Although this is the old model, it does the same thing. I actually put the punch in and I punched out those holes. And the reason I did that is I wanted to create some dimension and some tone through this card so that the white could peek through. And I did that all the way around. I then used the 1 3/4 inch scallop circle punch, and this is from the Eastern Elegance Designer Series paper. With the exact same concept, I punched a hole in each of the scallops. You can see now that there's an opening on this that very much mimics this one. It was just a matter of assembling with some dimensionals, and I used about maybe 18 inches of the beautiful white organza ribbon and tied it on and just did some simple stamping and some layering. It creates a beautiful card. But let me show you the dynamic duo. This is going to be a double-page scrapbook layout. This is the first side. Remember, all my scrapbook pages and other projects from my videos are always on my blog so you can see them full scale. I realize it's difficult with the camera. This is the first layout. Same stamp set, just did some simple stamping. Did the exact same concept down here where I actually punched those 1/16 inch circles around the scallop and did some layering. Those beautiful glimmer brads, they're retiring. And this is the next page. Again, same concept, very simple, clean layout that's used for any occasion. These are today's dynamic duos. Thanks for joining me. I look forward to seeing you next week for Make It Monday.